Welcome to the Daycare Chronicles one-on-one podcast. This episode of the Providers Lounge is just so emotional for me today because I have the most amazing guest, Ineeze Gainey, better known as Childcare Boss One on all social media platforms. She is an author. She is a center owner. She has family child care. She's the CEO of IAG Childcare Consulting. She is just amazing. And I just want to welcome you today. I'm so happy to have you here because I want you just to share your story, your journey, so that everyone else can know how amazing you are and how inspirational you are to this 59-year-old woman over here.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. I tell you that all the time. You're such an inspiration to me as well. And just inviting me onto your platform. This isn't our first time, but I think is this our first time? Just me and you? I
Yes,
think it
it
might be our first time, just me and you. So,
is.
I feel really special. And I'm excited to just, talk to you, and let everybody else see what we kind of talk about behind the scenes a little bit, but just sharing a bit of my story. So I'm excited to be here. I thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. This is definitely our first time, just you and I. I just felt like it was time.
Yeah,
It was
perfect time.
time. And you are just such an amazing person, human being. Let's
Mm.
start off with that. And again, I will say, Inez is the only person that I know on this planet who has a whole green child care center. Like nobody else has that. And so, Inez, can you just explain what that means for those that don't know?
Just being eco-friendly, go green is pretty much about the environment that the children are in, the different types of toys that the children play with, down to the painting, the paint on the walls, the material that the equipment is made of, making sure that we're not using like pesticides and
Mm.
aerosols and things like that, certain cleaning type of products, within our facility, just wanting the best environment for our children, and also cleanliness,
Yes.
and just all of that. So yeah.
I, you know, I
And nutrition too. Nutrition. It deals with nutrition as well, making sure that they have healthy meals. Um, they're getting a balanced meal during the
yeah,
time that they're, with us, making sure that they have whole grains, 100% juices, exercise, gross
yeah,
motor, just all of that. So yeah,
it's just having a well-rounded
rounded.
program.
Right,
And
exactly.
nutrition is a big deal. We're going to talk about that a little later too.
Mhm.
So, for the audience, can you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Like, how did you get started in early childhood education?
So, okay, so I've been in ECE for over about 27 years. I've been owning and operating my own business for be 19 years in July next month. So it'll be 19 years for me. I started out in home in an in-home, daycare, and then I elevated and expanded out into childcare facility.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get into really daycare wanting to own a childcare facility. I wanted to truly got into it because I know that the children's early years are um very crucial,
Yes.
and that's the time where they soak up things. It shapes their life for what's going to happen afterwards. So, over time, I started to not only want to care for the children, but dig behind the scenes, for the
Mhm.
people that care for the children as well. And got really passionate about that and helping other providers like build their businesses and helping them to sustain their business as
Yeah.
well. But I really wanted children to have an opportunity, regardless of what life of walk they come from, what background, what
Yeah.
area of the city that they live in,
Yeah.
that they will have access to quality care as well, not just children that live in the suburbs.
Absolutely. So, let me go back a little bit.
Hmm.
Inez is from Philly.
Yeah.
So, we're going from Philly to Charlotte. That's the topic of this podcast. So, everything, the family child care, the center is in Philly. And
In
if
Philly.
you've been following the news, you know
Yeah.
that Philly ain't nothing to play with.
Uh-uh.
Okay, nothing to play with. And our babies are there. And you
Yes, they
said
are.
something that was just so pertinent that it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, you deserve quality. You deserve the best. And the fact that you are taking the time to teach and train and share your knowledge and your expertise with other providers, that within itself uplifts them. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You're not just keeping it all to you. You want
No.
everybody to succeed. And that's
Mhm.
the big thing about this business. It's not just about one person, it's about everybody as a collective.
Yeah.
So, how how is it that you've been so inspired to stay in this profession for so many years? And I'm gonna say this too. You said 27 years. I'm like, girl, you look 27.
I know, right? I know. It's
Were you
crazy,
20
but
when you started? How old?
right. Well, I was on what, 23? Yeah, I think I was like 23. Yeah, 23.
Well, so was
Yeah,
I.
23.
I
Yeah,
was
really?
yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Childcare. Yes.
See?
So
Something
all
else.
those years, what is it that sustains you?
Oh, just wanting to give back, just wanting to build up my community where I came from because as a child, I didn't come from a silver spoon. I grew up in a shelter and also the projects,
Mm.
so we were blessed enough to be able to have some good education. I went to Catholic school, grade all of grade school and a little bit of high school until I begged my mom, I don't know why, to put me in public school, but we always
Yeah.
want what we don't have.
Yeah.
But I just saw, I'm a visionary, so I just saw the bigger picture, and I just wanted children that looked like me to have access to things that we don't normally have the convenience to have, reach of. So
Yes.
that's what just keeps me going, and just keeping the thought and the vision in my head of seeing my children grow up and flourish, because I don't play about education, as you know
Yeah.
about my son.
Right.
So this through prime example of just him,
Yes.
um but I just want them to know that their surroundings is not all it is.
Yeah.
There's so much more in this world that is achievable
Yes.
and that they have access to. And if they really want it and put their mind to it, they can obtain it. So just letting
Absolutely.
them know that you don't have to be a product basically
No.
of your
Absolutely.
environment. So yeah.
You mentioned Amar. Let's talk about Amar a little bit.
Yeah, my baby.
Grew up in the
Yes,
daycare.
yes, he did. He's a daycare child. Yeah, daycare kid. He sure is. It wasn't easy, because I was learning. I was a fairly, I guess, young mom. 20, 23, 24. Because when I had him was around the time, I kind of was opening up my daycare
Hmm.
too, maybe a few years. He was like 2 years old at this
Okay.
time, but yeah. So I'm still learning to be a mom, as
Mhm.
well as balancing having a career because I was working, a regular 9 to 5.
Oh,
I
wow.
still work with children, working in the school district with autistic children. That's my first love.
Wow.
But I was navigating, trying to be an entrepreneur, a mompreneur,
Yeah.
a new mom, just purchasing my first home, also at 23, 24. So I'm navigating a lot of things. And he was right there by me, so he had to go through a lot of things. I talk about a lot of stuff in my book as well,
Yeah.
that I wasn't really so much proud of, because I felt like even though in my mind, then I thought that I was giving him the world,
Yeah.
we're doing things, you get to stay home with mom, you get to be around me. But there had been times where I kind of shunned him and was giving more attention to the children, in my daycare, not realizing that this is his space too, and he's like, why are all these kids always at my house, and they're playing with these toys and things, and this is my things, even though they weren't. But he didn't understand, he didn't know, So there's some things I talk about in my book, that just are very emotional for me. I think this might be the first time I've kind of talked about a little bit without crying, because I didn't know that he felt that way until
Yeah.
I was writing my book and something said, go and ask him his
Okay.
perspective, And when he told me, it like broke my heart because, like I said, I thought I was this amazing mom.
Yeah.
We're traveling, we're doing things, I'm buying him
Yeah.
stuff, but that was not what he was worried about. So
Yeah.
it was very challenging, but very rewarding at the same time. So yeah,
Yes.
but
I can imagine.
in spite of him growing up to be, what he is now, because like I said, I'm very big on education. He's in his last year, his senior year of college. It's like the time just flies.
Yeah.
Full scholarship, because that's all we aim for is the best.
Yeah.
A's, straight A student, always on the honor roll. Sum cum laude, like I could just go on and on.
Yeah.
4.0, his last semester. Yeah, so I don't play. So I'm a product of, he's a product of my environment, and also what I instill in my child is also what I instill in other people's children. So it's not just camp.
No, absolutely, it's not, and, I've watched him grow from high school, going on. He's
Yes.
truly an amazing young man,
Yes.
and
Thank
a
you.
reflection of his parents.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
A
that.
true reflection of his parents. I'm so, so proud, and 1 more year, wow, I can't believe it.
One more. I know. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be.
And
Woo!
he is an
Yeah.
amazing artist.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's very
Amazing.
creative.
He's
He's a
very,
creative for
very
sure.
creative. Aw.
Yes, yes, yes,
So,
yes.
my next question to you is, you recently made the move from Philly
Yes.
to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired that decision?
Oh gosh. So for many years I've always wanted to move out of Philly.
Mhm.
But it just wasn't time. Something always occurred, to pull me back. Or a certain direction I thought, because there was a time where I wanted to move to LA. This was sometime like right after I graduated from, high school.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do, move to LA or whatever. I'm sorry, not high school, from college. I wanted to
Mhm.
move to LA. But then Amar came along. It kind of changed it up a little bit. And then, I got into home ownership and all of that. So
Yeah.
the trajectory for me kind of changed.
Yes.
But I always wanted to. But this past couple of years, God just really was putting it on my heart to let me know that it was time, and that it was going to be okay, because I'm very hands-on in my
Mhm.
facility.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to move, out of your city that you're in, but still be kind of be in the same state or close by where, if you need to get there, you could get there within minutes. But moving to a whole nother state
Yeah.
is a whole nother different dynamic of just trust and
Yeah.
just willingness and just wanting to be just open and just lay everything out,
Yeah.
and really putting your faith in what
Yeah.
and also what God knows, for
Absolutely.
you. So for me, it was just like stagnation. Like I just really felt like I gave Philly everything that I possibly could have given them.
Mhm.
I started to become like depressed. It started really feeling dark to me. Like Philly just started really feeling dark to me. I really felt like I had no more purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
I just didn't really feel in a place, So I'm like, I felt like it's time for me to, go. My son, he was off to college now, so he's stable. I know he's good. I know he
Yeah.
has support. My daycare was flourishing.
Yes.
I have an amazing team behind me. Because without them, I would not be able to be in the
Yeah.
place that I'm in now. But that also goes into systems and stuff that
Yes.
I have had in place, and just adhering to and making sure that they're following those guidelines are very important. So um after, like I said, building that successful program in Philly, I felt, that God was leading me to just step into a new season. And moving from Philly to Charlotte was about not about leaving ECE,
Mhm.
but expanding on my impact, So it challenged me, to
Yeah.
think differently and to connect also with other providers in another state, which I've done, over the years, but not in this way. And just realizing that no matter where you go, that providers are facing many of the same struggles, and also
Absolutely.
to find love too. So
Yes.
I didn't feel like my person was in Philly, so I knew I had to get out of there.
Love. That's something, discomfort, being depressed. So
Yeah.
discomfort will bring about change.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
you recognize, and I
Yeah.
try to tell providers this all the time, you have to take care of your mental health.
Yeah,
You
for
have to take
sure.
care of you. And
Yeah.
you saw something and you stepped out on faith.
Yeah.
Now, you just didn't move to Charlotte.
Uh-uh.
You had a house built from the ground up. We're not going to leave that out. That-
Yeah, yeah. So my dad always told me, because even my first home was built.
mm,
I had that built. And my dad always told me that that's what he saw for me, and that's what he always wanted for me. So even when I got my first home, he said that to me before I even knew what I was looking at. Because I was looking at, already existing
yeah,
homes and stuff like that. But then that just came across, my lap, and I'm a big manifester too. I usually
yes.
can manifest anything that I put my mind to.
Well, now,
Usually comes to fruition. So, with the help of God. So
yes.
I just always wanted that. So when that opportunity came, and I was in a place to be able to do it, I was all for it. There was steps along the way where I wasn't being obedient,
Okay.
where God was trying to tell me, where and what it is that he had for me, but I wanted something else. And he
Mhm.
quickly let me know that, child, this is
Yes.
not
Yes.
this is not your story. Like, it's my story, but it's just being played out through you. So yeah, so I was blessed enough to be able to, yeah, build my home, and I love it. And just being going through all the whole process, because I didn't really go through the process of my first house, it being
Mhm.
built. I got to see it before, like, everything kind of really went up. But every step of every
Yes.
thing that went into this home, I was a part of. And I just feel so connected to it. And I know that this is the placement that, God wanted me to be in. So
You shared your
yeah,
journey. You
I
shared.
did.
It was just so beautiful to see. And,
Thank you.
you were, if I believe I'm correctly, you were living, staying with your best friend while your home was being built.
Yes, I love her. Yes. She was so gracious to open her home to me, so I stayed with her. That was a trying time, too. Because there was days where we were at it, and
Yeah,
but
but that's
we
precious.
love each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we're actually
absolutely.
6 minutes from each other. So she lives 6 minutes from me. So
So,
yeah.
and just remember you both with the hard hats on and you had did a video.
Yes, that was all her creativity.
Just
She's the
every
best.
step of the way from the lot to the first, post being put in.
Yes.
Just something, when God has something for you, he has it for you.
Yep.
He will guide your
Yes.
steps. And again, we have to be obedient. And you saw
Yes.
that because he'll correct you real quick.
Yes, he did. He did. He did.
So you have a beautiful home. What has this new season been like in your life?
It's been a whirlwind. Um, it's been some ups and downs. There's been some challenges. It's also taught me a lot too. So I know I'm in a few different stages and seasons right now in my life.
Mhm.
Um, one season is being able to sit back and just kind of enjoy the fruits of my labor, because I'm always one to think that I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing
Yeah.
enough. Or if I'm sitting still too
Yeah.
long, okay, what should I be doing, or what can I be doing? What else is there
Yeah.
to do? It has to be something to do. But no, sometimes it's okay to just sit back and just relax. And when I do that, and I really run down all the things that I've done in my life, I'll be like, okay, girl, like, it's okay, but it's just a thing where I just have to feel like I'm always going on to the next thing, trying to develop myself and also elevate myself too. But I also tend to carry on more than I should. And this season has also, like, stretched me. So I tend to slip into, like, wanting to solve everyone's problems, and it could be a gift and a curse, because that's how IAG Childcare Consulting came about, because I'm a problem solver, and things come to me so easily to want to help and jump in and figure things out. And and think of different ideas and stuff like that. So I had to move into being indispensable to being intentional.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that leadership isn't when everyone needs you.
Yeah.
It's when you build people and systems so
Yeah.
that when you're away from your program and not in your program, it still continues to thrive
Yeah.
without you being there.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that, and also God knew that, okay, even if I move this girl out of Philly into another, close by
Mhm.
city, or
Yeah.
closer state, I'm just going to be there,
Yeah. Yeah.
So he had to really remove me for me to see and understand that it's okay. Like, you've been doing this for 18 years,
Wow.
let's really put it to the test of what all the things that you have created
Yes.
and instilled into your staff, if it really works. So that was my part of my lesson, also too. But it has been challenging even within that with my staff, because it's an adjustment, for them too, even though they're doing a great job, an amazing job.
Yeah.
um they're used to seeing me,
Yeah.
they're used to
Absolutely.
seeing me, they're used to
Yeah.
me being there, even though it's days where I'll be in my office and they don't say a thing to
Yeah.
me all day, but just my presence,
Yes.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So just being getting adjusted to that, I know was a big thing for them and me too, but the trust had to be there.
Yes.
And also, again, faith, leaning on God to know that everything will be okay,
Absolutely.
and what he has for me is for me. And my daycare will still run the way that it's supposed to, because I put those systems in place that are supposed to be there to operate. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you're hands on
Hmm.
and like you said, you're a problem solver,
Yes.
and
Very much.
you know, you're that go-to person that everybody
Mhm.
calls, that
Yes.
everybody wants to be able to call and be like, "Hey, I got this little
Hmm.
small issue, can you help me out or whatnot?" And
Yep.
it comes to you like that, just like that.
Yes.
Okay, this is what
Yep.
you need to do. And it
Yep.
works. However, to really know how valuable you are is to see where those that you have given advice to where they're
Hmm.
able to grow and evolve and use
Yes.
the advice and build on that and share
Implement.
with others
Yeah.
and mentor others. That's when you know your
Yes.
value. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Really, really, really. Because it's not about always being needed.
Yes. And
You
that's what
know,
I had to learn. Yeah.
and you can't
Yeah.
carry TD Jake said something one time. He says, women are receptors. We have to be careful what we let plug into us. So we're
Mm.
constantly
Mm.
trying, yes. And
Hmm.
I took that as in all areas of life. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful because, especially when you're an empath too, and
Yes.
you just soak it all in, but you got to be able to release it.
Yeah.
And
And let
for
people go through things.
yeah, absolutely. And so the fact that you really had to step on faith and be like, okay, he got you in Charlotte. The
Hmm.
center's in Philly.
Yes.
And you know what? It's running. It's
It's running.
successful.
It's
It's not,
full.
it's not
Yeah.
that part. It's full.
Yes.
Not skipping a beat. And you're able to fly in and fly out, when you get the
Hmm.
chance to, or however often you want to. But it's running. And
Yeah. It's
you're not,
running.
I mean, you making money when you sleep.
Right.
That's that right there within itself is a blessing that your
Thank you.
staff is able to hold it down.
Yes,
And
for
you don't
sure. For
have to worry
sure.
about anything because you never know when the food program is popping up.
Right,
You never know
right.
if licenses.
State. Oh yeah, we went through our first state inspection this year without me being there, and they did so good, so good, so good.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
leading by example, and them seeing me of what I do,
Yes.
they just knew what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of them,
Yeah.
like so proud of them.
Leading by example. You need to always have someone that can replace you in your absence.
Right.
And you have that at the
And
center.
that's a good thing. That's not always a bad thing, because
No,
you're
that
you
is
know you're not replaceable, but that's a good thing to have a person
that,
that you can lean on, that can do the same thing or think the way that you think, to know, like, okay, what would she do, in this situation. So
and that's what's most
yeah.
important too. Is to have critical thinkers, to have those that think like you, or even if they don't agree, but they say she wouldn't do it this way.
Right.
How she wants it done.
Right.
I know how she
Right.
wants this done, you know?
Right.
So that
Mm-hmm.
within itself is a blessing. And to go through a whole state, license coming out and y'all pass with flying colors and you went
Yes.
crazy
Yes.
raise.
They did so good. Right.
Wow. So my next question is, what has been the biggest adjustment since relocating for you?
uh, I'm gonna say just getting acclimated here because things are, a different paced, more slow here.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why I loved, down south. The
Yeah.
people are so nice. Um there's no urgency. It seems like even for
Yeah.
people driving, I'm so used to up north, people are just on to go, 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 go. But here it's like, more relaxed, laid back. It kind of makes you have to be in that mind frame, so a little bit of that, and then just also getting accustomed to what the childcare industry looks like, out here.
Hmm.
The dynamics, the setup, um, the areas of even like the buildings and stuff like that. So it's not the same as like up north where you can drive down avenues and find commercial properties on this corner, that corner, the dynamic is not set up like that out here. So a lot of places are like shopping centers, more so shopping centers,
Okay.
or if you find a building that can be a school, most of the time it's best if you own the property.
Okay.
Or find someone that's kind of wanting to let go of their business or going out of business or ready to retire and then take over their business.
Okay.
Because like the rent is crazy out here. And I didn't think about that. I was thinking that it was, basically pretty much like Philly.
Right.
I could find a spot and, be a few $1,000s and be reasonable. But yeah, no, it's very expensive as far as the renting side of it. So I'm still navigating some things.
Okay.
Yeah, learning a lot.
Okay.
But for the most part it has been good. It has been a great experience. And even like the classes that I've taken for their childcare programs out here
Yeah.
are a bit different. Um Not as extensive. Which I was surprised about. The credentials and things that you have to have aren't really extreme like how it is back home.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
just kind of getting adjusted to that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, question: you do see yourself possibly opening a center in Charlotte?
So, everybody, that's like the question of the year. So I don't know, I kind of want to step away from the day-to-day childcare run, but I still want to do something with children.
Okay.
Not to say that I won't,
I, yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
what I know,
Yeah.
so I may still open one and just be, like the owner and just
Yeah.
hire someone to operate it, or whatever the case may be. But I don't really kind of want to be in there for like the
I
day to
got you.
day, deli activity.
Yeah.
Um, but I do want to still stay in the field with children. So I have a few ideas. One being I'm just gonna say like a play cafe with a twist.
Okay.
So just working on that. Yeah. So just trying to find the right location for that. The build out, just wanting it to make sense to what my vision is for it and what I want to do with it. I'm gonna just say that I haven't seen really anybody doing what it is that I, want to do.
Convention.
So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely still want to do something with children because that's just where my heart and my passion is.
I
So
got
yeah.
you. I love that. I love that. There's always going to be children.
Right.
You know,
That's not going
there's
out of style.
always gonna be a way to have an income dealing with
Right.
something that's quality with children.
Right.
And anything that you
Right.
do is going to be quality.
Right. Must be quality for
No,
sure. Yeah.
absolutely. My next question is, let's talk about how you left Philly, went to Charlotte, had a house built, and found love.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh gosh.
Come on
I was not expecting it to happen that fast, honestly.
Wow.
Like I said, I always felt like my person was not in Philadelphia. Because I hadn't dated for some time, while I was in Philly. Really nobody, here and there, little situationships, as they
Yeah,
say, type of thing, but like nothing that really made me feel like, okay, this is my person, this is the one. But when I moved here, just even coming out here and visiting, like the air is just different.
not the air. She said the air. The air is.
The air, yes, the air. Because in Philly, it's so thick.
I
It's
love
so
it.
thick.
Oh my.
Like as soon as I get off the plane, I just feel so down. Like something's just weighing me down. But here, it just seems so much brighter. The air, the people, just everything. So, um, I wasn't expecting to, like I said, find it so soon. I did open myself up to starting to date, like intentionally date once I got here. Um, but if it happened fairly quickly. And when I say that this gentleman has been a breath of fresh air, has been everything that I have prayed to God for, and also has challenged me in aspects of my life that I thought that I was done with or I tried to bury away,
Oh,
but he helps me heal a lot of my trauma from childhood, from past relationships, and just all of that. So just helping me become a better woman, a better partner, and hopefully a wife one day. So
yes, yes,
so, I'm excited about, this new relationship. So it's been about 9 months,
yeah. Been that long?
but
I
yeah, 9 months.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love the smile on your face, his face, just the trips out on the boat. I'm coming to get the
Yes.
boat.
We got some more coming up soon
Oh
too.
my
So
goodness. And you just don't ever know. It's like the unexpected.
it's
And that's
unexpected.
when you know that God
Yeah.
has intervened in
Right.
your affair.
'Cause you're not looking for it.
'Cause
You're
you are
not looking for it.
absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful, stunning, educated. I mean, you're just a total package.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And so I'm so happy for you in bio, right?
Yeah. Bio. Yes.
So excited.
Papa. Everybody knows him as
Oh,
Papa.
yes, my charger. I'm sorry, my laptop then came is about to
Yeah.
die, and I need my husband to give me.
Right. Hey, husband.
Okay, he's like, "What you need?" Oh, just to check
Husband slash assistant. I know that's right.
out, right? But
Yeah.
thank you so much. I just, I know that being successful, being independent, purchasing your
Mhm.
own home, having it built from the ground up, and then you meet this amazing man, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
compliments and that
Yeah.
uplifts and that
Right.
helps you grow and develop too.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's different for me too, because I've never had a partner that wanted to grow with me. People always knew what I did or what I was capable of doing and just kind of fed off of that or took
Yeah,
advantage of that. But
yeah,
somebody that truly wants to build with me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this: when I met my husband, I said I was able to become feminine,
Mm. Yes.
brought out that softer side in me
Yes.
to where,
Absolutely.
you're the single mom, you're doing this, you're doing that, you got the business, you bought your own
Mhm.
home. Like,
Yeah.
what do you have to come to the table with something. And so
Yeah.
I had to learn just to
Yeah. Me too.
relax and allow
Yeah.
love to
Yes.
come in.
Yes. And allow it.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's just a beautiful place to be. And we're
Yeah.
18, 19 years down the road, and I still get
Mm.
butterflies because it's that
Yes.
love, it's that respect.
Right.
And he will correct me. Hey,
Absolutely. Yeah, as it should.
you was wrong, Tony. I got your back in public, but you was wrong when we get behind these doors, right?
Right.
That's a true friend. Because
Yes.
first you got to be friends.
Absolutely.
It's about that
That's a real.
friendship, just liking him as a person and him just
Yeah.
liking you as a
It's
person, just
not enough.
who you are. And then
Mhm.
you build on that love,
Yeah.
because
Not.
Yeah, no, marriage
Yeah.
isn't easy all the time.
Mm.
However, I feel like I have the best marriage for me. You
Yeah, for
know?
you. Yeah.
So, and for you, you having the best
Mhm.
love of your life, and
I am.
yeah, I am loving it because you deserve it.
I do. And I had to learn that too, that I deserve it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I had to learn that. Yeah,
See,
that I deserve it and know it and feel it and believe it for sure.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a whole nother podcast.
I know. Yes.
A whole nother podcast about loving yourself and knowing
Hmm.
that God wants the best for you.
For you.
You know,
Yes. What?
absolutely.
Hmm.
So let me see what I have here next. Has your definition of success changed?
Um, I'm not going to say that it changed.
Mm-hmm.
But it has elevated from what I thought, like success was or meant. Um,
That's a loaded question. I know.
yeah, it is a little question, but I want to unpack it though, because it also goes off of like what type of, like leader you are.
Yeah.
So within like your leadership skills and things like that. And, like I mentioned before, because I am a visionary, I always think of what um path ECE is kind of like going into or
Yeah.
becoming.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly creating things. I'm creating like coaching programs, systems for my staff, my program, playbooks, trainings, all types of
Oh, I love
new business
that.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because I see opportunity, like I said, I can't just stay stagnated in one position.
Right.
I'm always looking to see what's next, what's going on.
Yes.
So, I'm a coaching leader. First and foremost, I like to not just tell people what to do,
Yeah.
but I want you to understand
Yes.
and know why. I'm that type of coach. Like, I'm not just one that's going to do it for you. I don't want to do it for you. And there's a lot of people out here that will and have no
Yes.
problem with you paying them and
Yeah.
doing it for you. But then where does that leave you?
Exactly.
You're going to always be dependent,
Yeah.
and I don't want you to be dependent. I want you to know your business, know what it is that you want, have your own vision for what it is that you want to do, and not have to always depend on me to tell you or get you out of something. I'm there to assist you, but I don't want you to have to rely on me,
That's right.
totally.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like a systems driven
Mhm.
leader too. So I believe wholeheartedly in strong systems. And my thing is systems create structure, and
Yes.
then structure creates success.
That's
So that's where I am with,
yeah.
like having success and just making sure that you have those policies in place, procedures in place for everything, your onboarding, your documentations that you're giving to your families, and that you have in place for the state and things like that, and just your overall quality standards.
Yeah.
So I believe that great programs don't happen by accident. So
Right. No,
yeah.
absolutely. I agree. Has success changed for you personally?
Mm-hmm. um yeah, yeah, I would say yes, it has. There was a time where I thought being successful means that you have to have a lot of programs. You're opening up all these programs, you're doing all of these things, this is being successful. But I've
Yeah.
learned that even though I kind of regret not maybe having more, even though I've had two, my home and then
That's-
branched out to the center, but I would have liked to maybe have more centers. But I do also believe quality,
Yes.
over quantity as
Yes.
well. So maybe I would not have been able to put my vision into multiple, places like I would have been able to put all my heart into my one baby,
I got you.
and help that to flourish. But success for me now looks like that, what the quality is that I'm producing, and that it's, how can I say it? It's to me, it's more about the things you're doing for your children, not about like the ratings. So, we have these rating scales that we
Yes.
go by, in
Yes.
Philly or PA, it's stars, the stars
Yeah.
program. Um, and to me, it seems like now they've kind of watered it down.
Mhm.
So many
Mhm.
people are receiving these higher ratings that really don't deserve it.
I got
And you think that because you're this, you're a star this, or whatever it's called out there, that's successful,
you. Yeah.
but it's not sometimes, there's many places that I've walked into just being a coach and just really was taken back, not in a good way,
Yeah.
but just wondering how.
Yeah. Yeah.
How we're like, now I'm understanding why when people come into my facility, they're like, oh my God, your
Yes.
program is so amazing. Where I'm thinking that, I think we do a good job, but now, like I see what other people,
Yeah.
what they're
Yeah.
talking about. But to me, being successful is making sure that the children have a place that they can be emotionally safe. The teachers are supported, your families feel connected, and the environment is inviting curiosity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just being consistent,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
success, for me, being
I get
successful
you.
of running a business. Because like I said, there aren't many places that can say they've been in business for as long as we have,
Yeah. No.
been. So
Exactly. No.
yeah.
Yeah. That's absolutely true. Quality over quantity
Hmm.
is so important.
Yeah.
You can have 10 centers and
Yeah.
you don't have quality, and your
No.
turnover is crazy.
Crazy.
Teacher staff is, teacher child ratio is never what it needs
Never.
to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
Jesus.
And so
Yeah.
there's not out here it's big on parent engagement. It's even written into like the curriculum and everything, parent engagement. And I just wish they had talked to providers. I don't believe they talked to providers when they wrote that in
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
because parents have to want to be engaged. That's a
They do. It's not
whole
easy.
nother one too, right? So so you've experienced early childhood in Pennsylvania, and now you're saying what it could be like in Carolina. And so we talked about the differences that you've noticed, and we talked about just some other avenues that maybe you are thinking about, but still dealing with
The
children.
children. Yeah.
Do you see the difference in like the quality? Have you visited any other like programs there in Charlotte, or have you know what I'm saying? Like physically went in and just kind of see, because I'm sure there's a cultural difference as well. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And because children are everywhere. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, because Charlotte is like you say, like so just kind of laid back or whatnot.
Hmm. Hmm.
How do you get the feel of what it's like their sense of childcare versus Philly's sense of childcare? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely different in the aspect of family homes. So it's not so like Philly is like their backbone is like we have a lot of centers too,
Hmm.
but family childcare is like the backbone of, Philly childcare. Out here, I don't see it as much unless people just don't advertise. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but it's not so much in your face.
Okay.
But even the center based facilities are more of like those big names,
Okay.
that's what I've really been seeing
Gotcha.
kind of out here. So like more of the what do you call them? Franchises.
Yes.
So more of a franchise type of
I got you.
childcare facilities. Yeah.
I
So
got
it's
you.
different in that aspect. Yeah, definitely the dynamics of like ethnicity.
Yeah.
Um, but overall, I've seen that they're still going through the same challenges and things that we go through too in other states. So
Yeah.
it hasn't changed, from that. Just
Okay.
kind of the foundation and build up is
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
but the same challenges, the burnouts, the,
Yeah.
staff over, turning and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like all of those things,
Yeah.
they're still going through those challenges too. So that has not changed. And it all comes back down to funding.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think that it has a lot to do with funding, because it's
yeah.
where it's all coming from.
Yeah.
And I also think that has a lot to do with the developmental delays and
Hmm.
other things that we are seeing that are coming through our doors.
Right.
COVID played a big part in it.
Yeah, very big part.
It did.
Yeah, very big
However,
part.
the
Yeah.
devices are playing a bigger part.
Right.
So many
Right.
children have these devices raising them.
Yeah.
The minute they get in a car, they got a phone or iPad,
Right.
and
That's
they
what
get
their
home.
attention is.
And
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with electronics. Just use them
Yes,
in the right way.
sporadically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Set
A
some boundaries.
reward or, right, first read this book
Right.
or two, three books, then you could get on here for,
It's like a
20 minutes or so.
24/7.
Right. Yeah.
The children on their devices, the parents are on their devices,
Right.
and who's raising the children?
Who's
The
raising the
TV
children?
shows, the devices.
Right.
So now we're dealing with the social and emotional aspect of our children.
Mhm.
And this is all over. So, were you noticing that in Philly at the center? Because I see it a lot in my family childcare home and in other childcare homes and centers that I do coach and mentor. That's the
Hmm.
number one thing now. It's like, the
Yeah.
spectrum, the autism
Hmm.
spectrum, and then also the developmental delays. And so
Yes.
it's like, but it's worldwide. So you're saying,
Yeah, we're right.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I have never, and like I said, it'll be 19 years for me. Um, have never seen so many children that had to you know, be diagnosed and having so many therapists come in and out of my facility.
yeah,
Even as a child myself, growing up and
yeah,
being in school, I never had a person of
yes,
autism in my class, up until when I went to high school. They had like what they call the special
yes,
education,
yes, yeah,
children or whatever, but I never had that dynamic
yeah,
really in my classroom to be like, oh, okay, I know this classmate
yeah,
has a delay in this, or it wasn't addressed.
yeah,
So it's very wild to me.
yeah,
But I'm glad that my background, I dealt with autistic
yeah,
children, so I'm able to really spot it right away, and be able to talk to the parents about it and get that early intervention that is very crucial and can make or break a child, as their development, goes
yeah,
along. So I definitely see that, definitely for sure. About the social emotional part, I'm also grateful that in my program, we were blessed to be able to be a part of a cohort where we tried out this curriculum called Step Two.
mhm,
And that's all it deals with is social
mm,
emotional dynamics. So just
okay,
teaching the child to understand
mhm,
their emotions,
yeah,
understand the placement of what they're feeling,
yes,
and how to deal with those big emotions,
yeah,
because these children have big emotions
that's
and
true,
they aren't adults, but they're entitled to that.
yeah,
They're entitled to having, a feeling about their feelings being hurt, or an opinion about something. Just because they're a child does not mean that they
yeah,
shouldn't, or want to
absolutely,
tell you or question you. That's
yeah,
not a bad thing, but we were always taught, do as I say, notes, don't answer, don't talk back, and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah,
But like, I have a question, I want to know, you said the sky is
yeah,
blue, okay, but why is it blue, or what's making it
yeah,
blue, or and things like that. So it just basically teaches the child how to navigate that
yes,
and how to express themselves in a positive way when they go through these emotions and things like that. So
yeah,
we're very blessed with that. So but I think that everyone should have some part of curriculum or space in their
yeah,
day
yeah,
that they are teaching children this.
oh, great,
It will help them tremendously.
no.
Yeah.
We in California, well, I love that your background, you started working with children with autism
Yeah.
because that doesn't leave you. You know what I'm saying?
No, it
And
doesn't.
I'm saying now, because my thing is, I don't have a background in it. I'm just blessed
Mhm.
to be able to do it.
Just
And
do it.
so,
Right.
I mean, that outdoor classroom really, helps a lot. But we have
Yeah, I love
something called
that.
the California Teaching Pyramid for Family Childcare Providers, and
Mhm.
that's what it talks about. So it's like
Mhm.
a 5-month thing, twice a month, but it definitely helps you deal with know what your hot buttons are as a provider,
Right.
what the children's are, how to deal with it. And social and emotional learning is a staple here. It's an everyday thing.
It has to
for
be. You
every,
have emotions every day. You might go through
every
10 different emotions in one day.
listen,
You see, I was just crying I don't even know why I'm
yeah,
crying. I'm just
yeah,
feel emotional, but I know God is doing something within me.
yeah.
So, and I just feel this. And again, I thank you so much for inviting me,
Oh,
on your platform just to share. But yeah, but you have to. We
you're
deal with emotions
so
every
welcome.
day.
Every
So
day,
yeah.
and that can take up half your day.
Hmm.
So I try when I even coach and mentor. I try to tell other providers, take them outside.
Hmm.
You
Get
can't just be in
air.
four walls all day.
Yeah.
The weather permits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Come outside, even if it's a little cool. Put a jacket on. You
Yes.
need that. They need that.
They
You know,
need it. Yeah.
and
Change of atmosphere. Yeah.
that's down
Some
on
sun.
behaviors.
Yeah. That vitamin D.
You gotta have it. And
Yeah.
so, what I noticed, because if I have 8 children, 4 of them are somewhere on that autism spectrum or development delayed. And just
Mhm.
because a child may be on that autism spectrum somewhere or development delayed does not mean you can't keep them.
No,
So
not at
you're
all.
like, I can't. Yes, you can.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's different to what you feel. If you feel that way, but there are high functioning
yes,
autistic
yes,
children,
yes.
that you wouldn't
Very
even know
good.
if
Okay.
somebody didn't tell you,
Yeah,
but hopefully you're able to get the parent to want to participate and get the help for that child so that way
yeah,
you can also receive support from their therapists and their ABAs and things
yeah,
like that to help you
yeah.
within your program so you don't have to do it alone. You
No,
don't have to
you
be
don't.
alone.
And you
Yeah,
said something that was so key. Early intervention is best.
it is.
Will you agree that that is one of the hardest conversations to have?
It is. It really is. And I get it, because I always try to place myself in everybody's shoes,
Yeah,
me as the provider, me as the teacher, the director, also as the parent, and
yeah,
also as um the whole navigation of what's going to happen, because it's not easy keep talking to different people and them keep
yeah,
telling you something about your
yeah,
child and you don't want to hear that something's imperfect about your child. But I always tell the parents that this is the best thing you can do for your child. If you really love your child and you really want to see them flourish,
yeah.
you just pushing it under the rug is going to hinder them. This is
Yes.
the best way you can express your love to your child and allow them to really
Yeah.
flourish and have the full potential of who they can be
Yeah.
as they get older, because once they get into that school district, it's a whole nother
It
story.
is.
You're not going to have so much say so.
No.
They're not going to ask you, do you mind? Or what are your
No.
thoughts? They're just going to do it.
Yeah.
So this is the best time for you to insert yourself and be that advocate for your
Right.
child. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. The earlier, the better, for
It
sure. I've
definitely.
seen
Yeah.
so many cases turn around
See.
where the child was nonverbal to now speaking,
Yes.
being able to be potty trained,
Yes.
if eating different types of foods, like just all of that, being able to
Yes.
navigate their feelings
Right.
and adjust themselves and just all of that. But it all starts with intervention, early
It definitely
intervention, for
does.
sure.
And I feel like a lot of family child providers don't understand that. That just
Hmm.
because there's something different doesn't mean that you can't care for that child. And
No,
as long as I can meet the need, and I'm willing to
safely.
take a training, I'm willing to,
Yeah.
learn what I need to do. And then
Yeah.
this is just in you. Like God just gives you
Yeah.
a gift. You have that.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I want to ask you about your book.
Hmm.
Because I have your book. It's up here
Yes, please.
somewhere. It's in here.
Huh.
I
Somewhere there, right?
but
Yes, how it all started.
book. It was so funny because I had purchased Ineeze's book. She had purchased my book. We didn't even know
Yeah.
each other at that time. I had read her book. She had read my book. And then we finally met on social media. And I just love just the transparency and the story. And so let's talk a little bit about your book before we have to wrap it up.
Okay. So my book. So what I really wanted why I wrote my book was that I wanted readers to feel empowered.
Yes.
Everything I learned over nearly 3 decades in the ECE field, the victories, the mistakes, the lessons, I poured all of that, into my book. My goal is for someone to read it and say, I don't have to figure this out on my own
Right.
or anymore, you know? Um, if my book just saves a provider some time,
Yes.
reduces some stress, strengthens their leadership, or even helps them build their program, um, that is just
Yeah.
what I want. I know that I have accomplished exactly what it is that I set out to do
Yeah.
with this book. And I'm not holding it back. It's all meat and potatoes. It's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of you got to read to get to
Yeah.
the point.
No.
Yeah, none of that. And it's an interactive book too. So there are some pages in there that I have quotes and stuff and I ask you questions and you can
Yeah.
write in there, your thoughts and things like that. Um so yeah, I feel like this book is part of my contribution, not my full contribution, because
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in a whole nother season now of a
Oh, yeah.
different level of that. Yeah, but that was the start of,
Yeah.
my contribution to the world, to providers and things. Cause I know that we all go through a lot of the same things and a lot of people are afraid to speak up and
Yeah.
talk about it. So just
Yeah.
to let you know that you're not alone
Not,
and you can do it. You can
yeah,
do it.
absolutely. Absolutely an amazing read. You can go to Inee's Instagram page and there's a link in
Hmm.
there you can click.
Yep. Or straight to Amazon.
Yeah, or
Yep.
Amazon. Absolutely. What advice would you give someone who's ready to quit?
Ooh. Oh man. I'm gonna say stop worrying about trying to be perfect. Just be consistent.
Yes.
Um, quality isn't about perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It's about consistency, relationship, and leadership.
Yes.
Um, I just want to say that, I just hope that in this field, moving forward in the future, that, we're us as ECE professionals
Mm-hmm.
are, recognized as the educators that we truly are. And that we're that providers will, one day really truly get the support to build
Yeah.
their businesses, sustainably. And also that every child, regardless of where they live, will have access to high quality care and a learning, early learning
Yes.
facility.
Yeah.
That's the future that,
Yeah.
I'm working towards. And I just want providers to just keep that in mind. Always think about your why and always think about the children, because I know it can get hard. I know it can get tough. I know money can run low. Um, but just think about the bigger picture and it's always going to be rewarding. And God will always make a way for you
Yes, it will.
when you're trying to do something for his children.
Yes.
No doubt about
No,
that.
absolutely.
So,
I absolutely agree with that. I feel like as providers too, I just want to thank you so much for that because that was just very powerful. That we have to know how to shift and pivot.
yeah, for sure.
You got to know how to shift and pivot, and you have to know how to meet the needs of your community.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, your community changes. Things
Yes, it
change.
does.
Nothing stays the same.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to shift and pivot and make the necessary changes if you can, so that
Mhm.
you can be successful and sustainable in this business. I
Mhm.
just want to say that this has truly been amazing.
Yes.
I love you so much.
Love
You're so,
you.
and you know your love is just genuine, and you have always been there from what I can see as someone that anybody can call. I mean, I've
Yeah.
picked up the phone and called you. I've
Mhm.
sent you DMs. Like we've
Mhm.
had so many discussions, and I just feel like you're approachable.
Oh, thank
And
you.
so
Because a lot of people don't think I am.
you are approachable. Now, everybody know you ain't about no food.
Right, yeah. I don't play no
No,
games,
no
but
game.
yeah.
You're very approachable and you're very wise. And I just want to say
Thank
I thank you
you.
so much
Oh, thank you,
being on here
Lord.
today. I cannot wait to share this with everybody.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
so
yes.
much. And listen, much success just in Charlotte and in love.
Thank you.
And we will
Thank
see each other
you.
soon. Thank
Yes,
you
we will.
so
Yes,
much.
we will.
I
Yes, we
need
will.
Childcare Boss One, y'all.
Yes. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.